Hello everyone, my name is Mapulumi Taun. I am a mother of a 24-year-old and a social worker at the Basali Bamushito Foundation, a social agency for empowering women. I've been living with HIV for almost 17 years. I was diagnosed with HIV in 2006. It's been quite a journey with me with living with HIV. It was not so easy the time I was diagnosed with this chronic disease. I started with being sick, having shortness of breath. So then I went to the doctor. The doctor suggested that I must do TB test. So it was so expensive for me to do it at a private doctor. Then I went to the clinic, because in the clinic I think it is free. When I entered the clinic, I met a friend. She was a nursing sister by then, and then she was my mentor, my friend, and my therapist. Even today, I'm still having contact. I'm still contacting her. So I took if I could take the TB test. You cannot just go to the clinic and say, I want to do, by then, I want to do TB test. So I consulted, and God will locate you to the right people. So I consulted, and we just started talking, and I was so sick. So up until our little talk ended up to where she was talking with me about HIV. And then she asked me if I would voluntarily undergo a test for HIV. Then I said yes. So I went through, the test was done, and it came out positive. So, and then she said, she's gonna do a retest again, because breaking the words to you that you are HIV is another thing way back then. So, but with her, she prepared me for the outcomes of the test. So we did the second one, and then it also came up positive. And then she said she's gonna take some blood for ELISA. So remember, I was supposed to do a TB test. So I was given the material for the TB test to go and do the test, the TB. So it came out pouring. I still remember they gave me 3 bottles that every morning I should throw all those, the saliva in those bottles, and then after the third one I'm finished, I have to take it back to the clinic so that they can do the test. And then it came out that I was not having TB. With my HIV status, I have undergone so much of abuse, especially psychological and emotional abuse. Hoping to find a support structure from the people who care for you, the people who love you, your family. Instead of giving you the necessary support, they started with judging yourself. My husband, I've endured so much of psychological and emotional abuse. Okay, then I went back again to the clinic for the results for the ELISA and the CD4 count, all those things. And then my CD4 count came, it was 8. I was a dead woman walking, if I can say. So by then they put you on this kind of treatment. Way back in 2006, they put you on, they used to call it prophylaxis. They give you Bactrim and vitamin B complex tablets. And then after I finished the course, they were going to refer me for the antiretrovirals. And then with my CD4 count of 8, I had passed on 3 phases of HIV. Number 1 is the acute phase. The second one is chronic, and then I was on full-blown AIDS with the CD4 count of 8. My white blood cell, my immune system was so weak that it was no longer being able to fight the diseases that will attack my body because it was on 8. They referred me to the hospital. So there at the hospital, I still remember very well the day I was going to start my antiretrovirals. My doctor said, she called me, while I was with him consulting in there, looking at my file, and she said, "Mahule, is that you?" Then I said, "Yes." I was sick by then, remember. I was having remember the TB, they didn't find TB on me. I was only left with some chest pain. That was the common symptom for HIV by then. And then he said to me, "Lady, if I can say, when with this count of 8 of CD4 count, it's really a mystery for you to be here." Then I just laughed because I had undergone so much abuse, psychological and emotional. Because one other time I remember I was sick and then I was at home. They took me, my mom took me to the hospital because I was having some shortness of breath. My mom took me to the hospital. It was on a Sunday in the evening. So we went to the hospital. When we get there, the hospital, they put me on a bed at the casualty. And then on Sunday evening, and it was long queue of patients. So, and then I was lying there unattended. So the other sister came to take my BP, all those things. So, and then while she was opening a file, she asked me where we were from. Then we mentioned that we were from Conqueror. And she said, "No, we're not going to accommodate you. You have to go to the hospital that is near to you." I was so sick, having coughing and having some shortness of breath. So while there, my mom had phoned my sister anonymously. She phoned my sister to come to the hospital to accompany us there, because of, I could hear in most cases when I was lying on bed, even at home, my mom was worrying about that she's going to leave us. I'm having a daughter by then, and then I could hear them like saying her daughter is going, when she passed on, her daughter is going to be taken by my other sisters. They're going to raise her. So when my sister arrived at hospital, I was lying there on bed, and I could listen, I could hear saying that, you know what, man, by the time she passed on, she was referring to me, by the time she passed on, you should call me so that I can be by your side, give you the support. And then remember, the nursing sister said you should go to the nearest hospital that is close to us. So okay, fine. Then I waved at my mom and I said, Mom, let's go. So she didn't have like arguments with me, and then so they took me to a car, and then we went home. And I was deep down hurting because of what I just said, them talking about me while I was still there on the bed, saying, hey, when she passed on, you should call me now, mother, so that I can be by your side. I know she's not going to make it. Clearly, with looking me with my appearance, you will see, Hori, this one is no longer going to be with us. So we went to the car and drove back. While we were on the way going home, then I said, please, can you please take me home? I don't want to go to the hospital. And they said, why? And they started to shout, why? Do you want to go to home? Because they said you should go to the hospital. And I said, well, if something happened to me, I think I'm ready. If anything could happen, I think I'm ready. So they took me home. So you know what? God changed the narratives. After that, we went home, and then the following day, that's when I was going to start on my antiretrovirals. So tomorrow the following day, it was a Monday, so we went there. And remember, I didn't have anything to drink. I was only having those vitamin B complex and the Bactrim, and I was not yet on the ARVs. So I went to the hospital. There by the hospital, that's where I because I have already passed all those intense, those mild stages of being on acute, chronic, and I was full blown. So the doctor sat down with me and we talked, and he gave me counseling and said that if I will comply to taking on my medication on time regularly and not default, I'm going to survive. Because he mentioned to me, Hori, you are a survivor. I could feel deep down my heart, even myself, I might survive. So, and then by then we were given 3 tablets, Lamivudine, and the other one, Stotrin, that we take at night. So they gave me all those. They gave me the medication, and then he suggested that I should have someone who will be able to remind me when the time for me to take the medication. So I started with my ARVs, and then there were some side effects. I had some side effects like coughing, blah blah blah, swollen feet, and then I've managed to finish a course of after 7 days, because 2 I would take them in the morning and then 1 at night. And then that one that we used to take at night, it will make me after maybe a couple 2 hours to say, I'll be like dizzy, but otherwise I took it very serious, because my hope was my daughter. I said, I'm going to do that for my daughter, because the people were busy planning my funeral in my absentia, planning about my daughter who's going to raise her while I'm not here. So, like I've mentioned, how God changed the narrative. I started to, when it about a month or 2, so I started to gain weight. Even all those people who were stigmatizing me, because even at my community, they were, the stereotype was too high. Say, that one is not going to make it. She has AIDS. So God changed, the plan of God about our lives is totally different, and it is only known by Him. God changed the narratives. I took my medication on time, and I started to gain weight. I started to stand on my feet. I was even, during my checkups at the hospital, we would sit down as a support group, sit around and talk about our experiences. I would hear so many different stories. Sharing, it's like talking, it's another part of therapy. There were some stories by then. I still remember the other lady, her CD4 count was 10, mine was 8. And remember, she didn't make it, that one, but me, I was so privileged that God kept me until today. So sitting around with people who are having the very same illness that you have, you sit, share, talk, laugh, and then God was so faithful. He sustained me. Then I realized along the way, that I should go and start, so that I can be able to, when I'll be like talking to people about life experiences, I'll be equipped as a social worker. I studied and got my degree. It was recorded, and then I'm not ashamed to speak boldly that I'm a living testimony from the count of 80 of CD4 count. It was, for me, I was counted among the dead, and then God was so faithful. I took my medication. I took it. It was a very serious business for me when it comes to my ARVs, and then my CD4 count rising up until 500. I've been living with this disease, and I'm not ashamed of it. Up until now, the program has been changed. I'm consuming one, I'm on TLB that I took almost every day at night, because I don't want to take my medication in the morning, because my mornings are very busy, you know. I would forget. Remember, Hore, taking up my medication. I am doing that for my daughter. So I decided to take it at night, because at night it's time whereby I'm relaxed, I'm at home, there's no much pressure. So yeah, otherwise I'm so thankful, because even today I'm still standing. And if maybe someone is going through, because it's going through some abuse, the stigma, I have endured so much. So what I can motivate someone out there is that just go. If you're not sure about your HIV status, just go and get tested. And I think we are on the period whereby, you know, the standard is being, the government has improved the quality of health facilities, the medication for HIV to prevent it. And one other thing that keeps me going is that I'm doing it for my daughter, and then I normally tell the virus that is in my blood that I've borrowed every morning when I wake up. I said, I've borrowed you my body to stay in, so you must not distract me to live my life. So I'm taking it one step at a time, and I'm so grateful up to thus far. Everything that the abuse that I've gone through, I think it has brought me to be the person that I am, and I'm celebrating the person that I am because of I'm here and I'm still standing, and then I know Hore. Yes. I don't have words to say because of, I am a survivor. I thank God most importantly for everything that has happened in my life. I just want to motivate someone there. It is never too late. You also, you can stand up and get tested, and then continue the journey, and then so that we can have an HIV free generation. Otherwise, that's all from me. And have a blessed. Stay blessed.